grew up in hell, a block away from heaven. That corner every 15 minutes, it move a 7. Pure snow, bag it then watch it go. Occupational options, get some blow or some hoes. Shoot the ball or the strap, learn the rap or the jack. Fuck it, man, in the meantime, go ahead and pump a pack. This my Regal Royal flow, my James Bond.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. We've got an excellent fragrance to talk to you guys about today from the House of Chanel. And while this is actually my 5th bottle from the house, it is my first from the exclusive collection. I own Allure Homme Edition Blanche, Egoiste, and Bleu de Chanel. And yes, I plan on finishing up the men's collection and getting all of their department store releases. Antaeus is probably next. But I've got to be honest with you guys. I haven't been too high in their exclusive collection, mainly because I feel like many of them are more targeted to women than men. But there are some good ones, and of the fragrances from the collection that I've smelled, I think the 3 best for men are probably Bois d'Io, Sycamore, and Coromandel. So why did I choose this one first? Well, pretty good reasons I have. I think Sycamore is pretty similar to Encre Noir, which I already own, and Bois d'Io is to me similar to Egoiste, which I already own. Coromandel for me is a one-of-one fragrance. I haven't experienced anything like this before, and until Adriana sent it to me for an episode of sample shopping, I didn't know how good it was. And I fell in love with this and decided that I need to get a bottle of it. Thankfully, Bloomingdale's is across the street from my office, and they carry this collection. Maybe that's actually not a good thing. But these come in 2 sizes. 75 ml is $165, and 200 ml is $290. Now, I don't know about you guys, but with 350 bottles in my collection, I can't see buying 200 ml. So I went with the 75 ml, which is like the perfect amount of juice for a guy like myself. Many in this collection are older scents recreated, but this one is from the modern Chanel era, and more specifically the Jacques Bois era, as this was released in 2007. As far as availability goes on this collection, it's exclusive to Chanel boutiques or Chanel retailers that have their own Chanel counter staffed by their own people. Of course, you can purchase these online from the Chanel website. Now, as far as your presentation goes for this, a little disappointing for me. I don't like the box. Of course, it has the Chanel C's embossed. On the bottom, you do have the fragrance's name, Coromandel, exclusive de Chanel Eau de Toilette. It is Eau de Toilette concentration, keep that in mind. Your barcode, and I believe this, oh no, the batch number is right there. You can sort of see it. But the box is very plain except for that. It doesn't say the fragrance name anywhere else. It has the concentration, I'm sorry, the amount here, and Chanel here, and there's nothing else. Does it just seem weird? Is it me? And then inside, nothing else, but you can store fragrance like so if you are inclined. Yeah, probably like this is better, I would say. But I'm not inclined, so I'm not going to do that. Bottle is nice. Heavy, relatively heavy. Nice shape. The Chanel Sesame top engraved into the plastic. And the atomizer works really well. And the cap's magnetic. So I don't have any complaints about the bottle. I do not like the box. Notes on this are jasmine, patchouli, woodsy notes, amber, benzoin, and frankincense. But what it really breaks down to me, guys, is 3 notes. I get patchouli, lots of it. I get lots of frankincense, and I get white chocolate. And if you can put those all together, this is an absolutely brilliant fragrance. I wouldn't call it a gourmand. I'd say it's halfway to being a gourmand, but it sort of smells like a syrupy, sweet medicine with patchouli. And I know that might not sound appealing, but it's really well blended, and the quality of materials is really high. You can sort of tell. To me, this has Amouage quality frankincense, so that's saying a lot. Now, I do want to say this, though. To me, this doesn't smell like something that was made recently. It smells like something from the Chanel Vault that might have came out in the 20s or 30s. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but to me, this is a throwback to when men's fragrances weren't dominated by aquatics, and women's fragrances sort of smelled like men's fragrances. You know, when you smell stuff like Shalimar, you start to realize that. A lot of character to this fragrance. It's not afraid of being overly sweet. And you don't have to worry about it being overly sweet, because it's surrounded by that beautiful incense and patchouli. And as this dries down, you get the patchouli and the chocolate sort of fade away, and you get left with just this gorgeous incensey amber fragrance that obviously smells of very high quality. It's pretty easy to tell that this is niche. There's nothing cheap or dull about this fragrance. Now, as I said, it is an eau de toilette formulation. I don't personally mind that because I think it performs very well on me for what it is. Projection, longevity, and sillage are all more than okay, and you should get 6 to 8 hours with this fairly easily. I would say that this fragrance lends itself more to women than men, but men can definitely pull this off if you like this style of fragrance. To me though, it's full of winter juice. I could see the spring working as well, but it's probably a little too gourmand for real heat. As far as occasion goes for this one, this is dressy stuff that would be really good for formal occasions, but you can also wear this to work or on weekends and a night out with friends, but it is more of a nighttime scent than a daytime scent in my opinion. So how would I rate Coromandel? I would give this an 8 out of 10, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Presentation isn't all that. It's not the best thing that I've ever smelled in my life, but it's a very solid, well-made fragrance. I think it's best in show in terms of exclusive collection. So if you ever decide or you're looking for something from the Chanel exclusive collection, I would say give this one a look first. There's definitely more right with this than there's more wrong, and it's unique. It is a unique fragrance. Chanel tends to do unique fragrances, and they did this one really masterfully. So if you have any questions about this fragrance, please feel free to email me. I think it's great. Definitely check it out. And of course, you can get samples from decantshop.com. Use coupon code MAX12 for 12% off your entire order. So I hope you have enjoyed this review, one of the shorter ones I've done, but I feel like you could say a lot about this fragrance in a pretty succinct manner. I'll see you guys again real soon for sample shopping or a quick take, and a review will be up next week.
The reason that I'm moving with no hesitation.
This is a big rich town. Yeah, I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes.